Wow, Conor McGregor gets a first-round stoppage over Donald Cowboy Cerrone, 40 seconds to be exact. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more fighting. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get it. UFC 246, it ends really early. Conor McGregor secures a 40-second knockout victory over Donald Cowboy Cerrone. It really is not too much to break down. In fact, this video, by the time I hit the stop button, will probably be longer than the actual fight. Conor McGregor is back. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. That king is back. He was in a clinch with Cowboy Cerrone, and he shoulder checked him, shoulder strikes, and Cowboy wasn't expecting it, but it's a legal blow in the UFC and MMA, and he did it. Seen that he caught him clean, so he did it again, and I think he did it about 3 times. Cowboy was kind of caught off guard by that, maybe a little bit buzzed and disoriented because his nose, if you look at some of the pictures in this particular video, you'll see his nose was like shattered, possibly broken, fractured, and it started leaking. That caught him off guard. I don't think he was expecting to get hurt or, that fast. So it just, he wasn't the same for the remainder of the fight. I think it took his attention away, and his recovery was horrible. And it's funny because I released a tweet before, if you guys follow me on Twitter at BOXINGEGO, before the fight happened, I says, Donald Cowboy Cerrone can't let Conor bully him. And that's kind of what he was susceptible from what I've watched. And he struggles with strikers, boxers and stuff. So I knew he had to get out of the first couple rounds and not have the ebb and flow going towards McGregor's way. And he didn't do a good job of that. And we've seen what happened. But the fight, I can't really gauge too much because, truth be told, it was just with the shoulders, that was kind of an untraditional approach. And even though he landed a great head kick, and then Cowboy starts staggering back towards the cage, he's on the ground, and then, Conor just did what he wanted with him. He manhandled him. But the thing is, me being a realistic fan of combat sports, I don't think these other fights are going to come quite that easy, especially at 170. Guys like Jorge Masvidal, he was in there with a Versace robe. His neck looked thick. He looked big, So he's going to be bigger than Conor McGregor. He's the BMF. He's dangerous. Nate Diaz, we know, is dangerous and super durable. Jorge Masvidal, like I said, is big and super necessary. Just all the guys at welterweight, Tyron Woodley, all these guys. Usman, it's just different level of threats and different styles and stuff like that. Cowboy has always struggled, which is why I sent the tweet, don't let him bully you, and he did it anyway. So it's hard to gauge because I have questions about Conor McGregor fatiguing in the battles of attrition, the fight with Floyd Mayweather in boxing, the fight with Nate Diaz 1 and 2. He seems to kind of fatigue when he's in some of those gutsy, gritty battles and stuff like that. And now he looked like a skeleton, and he looked like Willem Dafoe, the Green Goblin, the Lighthouse, when he was at featherweight 145, because he was tapping himself and killing himself to have to make weight. So you see his face look all sunk in and cheekbones. He looked like he was someone you would see at a methadone clinic, at least at the weigh-in. So he was destroying his body, and he was in his 20s, so he's young enough to do that. But as he's gotten older and taking different chances, he's 30 now, 31 or whatever, and he's manipulated his body, went up in weight, fought Nate Diaz at 170. So now he is likely to fight at the higher weights, even lightweight, that, he's probably gonna have to destroy his body to really make that weight, because he looked full, and he's just manipulated his weight a lot. I don't know, because, even the Floyd Mayweather fight, he fought it at 54, so maybe he can make UFC lightweight. But the point I'm making is this: we didn't get to see too much. It's just Conor just went out there and dog walked him, So I just feel like the other fighters, even the guys like Khabib Nurmagomedov for rematch there, Tony Ferguson, Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, Usman, all these are different fights and difficult fights. But congrats to Conor McGregor. He definitely did what he had to do. Came out guns blazing. Cerrone had no answers. Got bullied. Got mollywopped. That's just really what happened. Shout out to everybody that used my link to get the UFC 246. I kind of wish the UFC card, you know, was a little bit more eventful. I think they kind of used Conor McGregor's star power, and they didn't really load up the card as much as they could. You know, it's possibly because it's Conor McGregor, and they just feel like, oh, he's going to sell, and we're not going to give all our good stuff. And it's the first fight of the year, you know, the first big fight, January. So I look for the UFC cards to improve. The Holly Holm-Pennington rematch was not really eventful. Holly Holm, you know, all the stuff Pennington talked about, it could have been me that beat Ronda Rousey. And, you know, the first fight was a split decision. This fight was very one-sided, and Holly Holm even kind of apologized. She didn't really have to, but it just wasn't an eventful fight. It wasn't for the co-main. So I kind of expected more from the card, but hopefully the cards will improve. Conor, like I said, I can't really say anything negative about what he did, what he had to do. He didn't have anything to answer. He took the challenge. We knew Cowboy Cerrone, if he worked his way into the fight, would be dangerous. Most people thought that Donald Cerrone would at least go more rounds or be more of a threat. So you got to give credit where credit's due. Conor McGregor set history, being the first UFC fighter throughout multiple divisions to get violent and vicious stoppages. So obviously he has some power that carries up. He moved up. He destroyed Aldo, you know, a great Brazilian, and he did it in 13 seconds. He was losing the Chad Mendes bout at featherweight, came back and then knocked out Chad Mendes after being on the mat and being wrestled for quite some time. He knocked him out, you know, he beat Dennis Seaver. Then he moves up and destroys Eddie Alvarez, you know, so he has like destroyed some people in each weight division. Eddie Alvarez, that was the same thing. First round, one-sided, bink, 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 bink. And then now he just did it to Cowboy. So what he's doing, this was huge for his brand. He talked about boxing Floyd again, boxing Pacquiao. It was almost too good to be true for Conor McGregor, because now he's back. He has a victory. He won, did everything he wanted, did it quick, unscathed. Now he can go box Manny Pacquiao if he wants. He can fight Floyd Mayweather. He can fight Zuffa Boxing. He just has a lot of options. Me personally, I would love to see a Jorge Masvidal. I'm kind of wondering if Masvidal's too big for Conor McGregor, but that's the ideal fight. You know, two trash talkers, two tough guys. I don't know. That would be a crazy fight. It would just be an insane fight. So that's wishful thinking. Khabib Nurmagomedov rematch would be good. Kukui, Tony Ferguson would be good. You know, he just has a lot of options. The Pacquiao would be a big event. So congrats to Conor McGregor. The game is wide open. 2020. Hopefully he fights a couple times, 3 times maybe, and we'll see what the future holds. UFC 246. That's my breakdown, boxing ego style. Let me know what you guys think. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.